All Alabama Gardener, and let's go on a flower tour. Okay, so this pink azalea is on the decline now. You can see some of the flowers are starting to fade a little bit, but it's still very, very pretty. But now this red one over here is starting to come into bloom. Pink, red, purplish, whatever we want to call it. So here it is. Now look at that big bumblebee right there on it. Now looking up and across the top of the house, you see dogwoods up there. See how white it is? We have a patch of reblooming irises, and they're doing good. They're also starting to get past their peak. Yeah, let's see. Maybe we can get in right into here. Reblooming irises. So here's another patch of the same kind of iris, reblooming iris. And right down here then yet is another patch. Right there. Now across, let's see, let's go this way. Now all throughout the woods, these blue flowers here, purple, lavender, whatever, that is a wild phlox. It self-seeds. So here is this azalea. I don't know its name, but it's a very pretty bloom. It's kind of tall. There's another one there, but it's not blooming. Another one on the back. But the bumblebees like it. All right, so let's just come around this way. And here's some more azaleas right in here. So here's one that hasn't bloomed out yet. It's getting ready to, though. And then there's some more azaleas right there, but I'm going to come back to that. So now then, let's go this way. I want to take you down here to look at this azalea right there, and then we'll go on across over there, and then we'll come back up to those azaleas on the other side way over there. Now this is a beautiful azalea. That one over there is just a little bit lighter pink than this one. Look at the blooms up there on that. These are called Formosa azaleas. I think it's kind of an unusual name, but that's the name of them. Now if you look across over there at that clump of azaleas over there, and you can see all the blooms on it, but they're not open yet. But they will open another day or so. They'll be opening up, getting ready to bloom out. Real beautiful bloom. All right, so let's go on down this way. Almost a red azalea here. Beautiful blooms. The bumblebees like it. Now here's another Formosa azalea back there. Some kind of white azalea up in here. And this is another Formosa azalea. Very large plant. A lot of blooms. All right, so now let's go this way. And we come up to these azaleas over here. All right, let's go back out this way now. Here's all more volunteer wild phlox. All these purplish flowers are phlox. This one here ran out here and self-rooted. Could be moved. There's another patch of reblooming irises over there. Okay, let's go up this way a minute. These are called Florida azaleas, I believe. And there's one that's bloomed out. They're usually pretty fragrant. Looking across the driveway, you see the dogwoods over there, and Nandina growing right in there. Dogwoods. So let's go down this way. This is probably my largest white azalea, and it is really, really white. It's almost a brilliant white. So here's the one's red. It's a little bit later. Hasn't bloomed out fully yet, but it's coming. Another red one. And now let's go down this way. This is another pink azalea like the first one I showed you. All right, let's go this way. Okay, so this is what's called another Florida azalea. They get real tall. They're real fragrant. And they have this nice yellow cluster of blooms on it, or I guess you'd call it a yellow orange. So here's our big rhododendron bush, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when it blooms out. Notice that inside it has a lot of flowers that haven't begun to open yet. These little white flowers here called snowflakes, they come up and reproduce prolifically, as you see. See, let's go around this way. Now this bush in here is a Japanese calls it tsubaki. It's a camellia. This is a spring blooming camellia. Has a beautiful flower. Now that one there is going on the downside already, but there it is. So you can see it's about as big as my hand. And here's one up here. And it had a lot more on it, but they've fallen off already. Over here is the Japanese maple. That variety is called Bloodgood. And let's see, let's go this way, I guess. This is called Thrift. It just keeps on growing with no trouble. Now this big tree up in here, which is already dropping a lot of its petals, as you can see, is called a Kwanzan cherry. And of course it has thousands of blooms on it. Thousands. And they're in a big cluster, like you can see this one right here. So now that brings us to the Red Bridge. So we go up the bridge. Now this is just some tall irises. Okay, now this is called a tree peony. Not a kitchen, what they call a kitchen or a regular garden peony. We have another one right here. This is a tree peony. You can see the structure of it is different. This is a garden peony over here. Different kind of bloom, different kind of structure to the plant. So here's another tree peony bloom that hasn't opened yet.